Hello, and welcome to Lesson 6, Compound Inequalities. Today's essential question is, how do you represent relationships between quantities that are not equal, and how can you solve inequalities? Today we're going to focus on graphing inequalities containing the word and the word or. A compound inequality consists of two distinct inequalities joined by the word and or the word or. So the graph of a compound inequality with the word and contains the overlap, so the part that is together, the same part, what they share, of the graphs of the two inequalities that form the compound inequality. So if you have x is greater than or equal to 3 and x is less than or equal to 7, you are going to graph the part that they share. So in this case, between 3 and 7. The graph of a compound inequality with the word or contains each graph of the two inequalities that form the compound inequality. So in this case, you're going to have both graphs on your paper. So you have x is less than -2, so an open circle, and then you go to the left. And x is greater than or equal to 1, so closed circle going to the right. In this case, they go in opposite directions. They don't share anything, so it could not be an and. So practice graphing and. Graph the solution to the compound inequality, all real numbers greater than -2 and less than 6. So you want to write your two separate inequalities. N is greater than -2 and n is less than 6. Slowly you want to combine them so it's one sentence. So we're just going to flip it. -2 is less than n, which is the same as n is greater than -2, and n is less than 6. So together you have -2 is less than n, which is less than 6. So it's going to be the numbers between -2 and 6. Graphing or. So graph the solutions to the compound inequality. All real numbers that are less than 0 or greater than or equal to 5. So you have numbers less than 0, or you have numbers greater than or equal to 5. So you'd graph t is less than 0 and t is greater than or equal to 5 on one graph. So let's recap real quick. And is what the two inequalities have in common, and or is everything that inequality holds all together. So complete the questions below, then continue on to the next video.